to the orchestra because it crept up last night, but I mowed over it pretty nicely. Okay, they're heckling us. I know that you heard that, and that's not normal behavior for a symphony show. What they're saying is rock this bitch, and what that means, I hope you can hear me out back there, sometimes you can't. What that means is, well, in 2002, I was playing a show in Chicago that was being recorded for a live CD. And there was a guy in the audience and he yelled, "Rock this bitch!" I guess I wasn't playing loud and fast enough, and so he wanted me to speed it up. But instead I made up a song and I called it that. And after that, they wouldn't let me get out of a show without doing it. So for a couple decades and change now, the rules are, it's a completely new song that comes out of thin air. Pull it right out of my ass. I have no idea what I'm going to do. It makes it more of a thing when it's the orchestra because I respect them too much to subject them to, well, let's just see what happens. So when I'm thinking right now, you know, the tough Detroit thing, I'm thinking of things I thought about Detroit when I was a kid, and it makes me want to start in some groovy percussion. I normally like to start with the strings because they're close and I can communicate easily with them, but let's just think about the percussion. Could you give me a triangle? Because when I think about the streets of Detroit, I think triangle. And bongos. So let's see, and maybe let's just in order to keep some sense of time, let's just have bass drum and snare going boom, pat, boom, pat, boom, pat, boom. Maybe 4 on the floor bass drum or 4 on it's different, that's on the floor, but just boom, 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 kind of almost disco. Boom, tick, boom, yeah, tick, boom. Sit back, that's good. A little louder, but just sit back again. Okay, now the triangle. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. You see if this is gonna work in the back. Great. That sounds great. Y'all know what you're doing? Okay, just so the timpani has something to do, just play up. B-E. We'll make it an E. Boom, boom. Yeah, all right. Let me just add that with the percussion. Just tune it roughly to B and E. It can be something. Yeah, it's on the pickup. And one with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, great. Let me see here. I play bass guitar a little bit. Let me make this like a bass guitar part, except it's arco. Let's do something really super cliche. And go low E, E, E. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then, like, mute the strings and just bow real froggy, like that. So you go bow, bow, bow. And then. Okay, so it'll sound like this. And that's going to be like, when you do that, do an arco, but when you do that, just make it a gliss. A gliss from B flat to B up to D. So, see, that sounds like it. Let's see here. You know what? Let's just turn the cello. The cellos always get the sexy shit, but let's turn you into let's turn you into a wah-wah pedal. So there's nothing sexy in a wah-wah pedal. And so I'm just thinking that there's no notes. It's all muted, and you're just going. We'll be on one. So. typical Shostakovich one. Here, and then you'll slide down to. Give it a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4. More muted, no notes coming through, and all the notes are even, real 16. This is such a great cello section. I can't believe I'm doing this today. Try not doing the gliss stuff and just keep your hand really high and see if maybe that creates the rhythm I'm looking for. Just like a shaker almost. 2, 3, 4. All the notes even. Now let's add the double basses. Now I think some reinforcements from the lower brass. Tuba is fine, or it could be and bass trombone, especially if that gets you a little more union pay to grab another instrument. Off a Clyde, whatever you got. So support the that low E, whatever the lowest E you've got. I don't play tuba, but just go That's it. Just give them the Yeah, and only with the very first one. So you'll just do out of the cycle. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, and woo! And then on the second one, give an and of 1 sforzando. 2, 3. A second one. 1 and 2. I just realized we have to have a vibra slap, right? Have you got one in the cave or anything? If you find it back in the the back, bring that. That's going to make the kids happy. Okay. I'm terrible at writing for brass. I absolutely, because I'm so spoiled because brass players always know what to do at gigs and I can just describe it. So I'm gonna try to give you something here. I just need, So the notes I just played were concert D, concert E, and concert G. But I would defer if there's something else, if there's a better way to voice it. And I don't know who plays what. I seriously don't. When I hear horn arrangements, I don't know which one is the trumpet and which one is the flugelhorn. I just don't know. But just go 1, 2, 1. That's it. So if you need to talk amongst yourselves to voice it, then do so. Give it a couple rounds though. Let's do everything that we have so far and let the brass play with that a little bit. Talk amongst themselves, have a beer like they do at the gig, and then they'll come up with something and it'll work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when the chorus happens, all that's going to change. Everyone will keep doing the same thing. We'll take it up one dynamic. Maestro will let you know when the chorus happens. It's whenever he says. Okay, let's get the violas going. And you'll start on the 1 and just keep that pattern going, that chromatic thing going. And just keep doing that until 8 measures have passed, and he'll cut you off. So it's just like. Let's see if that's working with everyone. This is the chorus. 2, 3, 4. Great. Okay. I can see we need reinforcements there from clarinets. Same thing. That's concert E down to D flat or C sharp, depending on who you are. Let's add that to the violas and see if that's working. Actually, yes, that'll work. Okay, let's see if that works. 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Okay. When you hear that means the vibroslat is to be hit once, somewhere in there. Okay. Okay. Now let's do a big whoosh in the violins. You know, one of those where you write like 1/14, and it just goes whoosh. So go whoosh, an octave from an E to an E. Go. And let's do 1, 2, 3. Yeah, exactly. I want to split it in octaves. So split it so that some people are there, some people are there. 2, 3, go. It's pentatonic. Flutes and xylophone. When you on the chorus, you'll go. At the very end of the system, you'll go. So you'll just do a gliss. However you do those, like if it needs to sound more like an arpeggio because you don't gliss, that's cool too. So it's just flute will go, and the E to E will happen on the xylophone as well. So that will come. Let's play everyone together as if it's the chorus. You know when to point to the to the 2, 3, 4. We don't want that phrase at the end. Just hold the E at the. Just, make it expressive. Okay. So there you go. There's our arrangement. Now we need a point. We'll just say rock. How about this is original? We're rocking this bitch in Detroit. Okay. So let's do twice as fast as the orchestra, and then we'll go rock on this side, this on this side. Bitch on this side, and it'll go rock this bitch. Can you do that? 2, 3, 4. Rock this. Right. 2. Okay, let's start it with without the chorus, so it's only the you know who you are. Okay. 1, 2, from the top. I was walking down the street in Detroit City, the Motor City. I'm from the South. I was freaked out. So many badasses in leather. It was amazing. Here's their song. chorus. In Detroit. Because you asked. In Detroit. Because you asked. Let's get a trumpet solo. A trumpet solo.